Hey guys, it's Punisher41 here, and I've got a couple of things that I'm going to talk about, and yeah, a couple of things. I was going to do it into like 3 separate little videos, but with how short it would have been, it would be about a minute or so, and not really worth it to put it in 3 short videos. So I'll talk about the thing that I want to talk about. In the UK there is a bank called Natwest at the moment, and it basically it crashed, assistant crashed. And this is what I know. I know a lot of people that bank with Natwest, and a lot of them not being able to pay the rent. There's other things at the moment like direct debits, benefits, and like paying rent. I know a couple of people who pay their rent like today, and they're not going to be able to pay the rent because of the Natwest thing. So I can understand it's very stressful at the minute for them, and not being able to know that you can't get money out to like go get some food or fuel for your car or whatever. I can understand that a lot of them will be going through it and thinking, what do I do now? A lot of people, you can go to your bank and try and get like 300 quid emergency money, and some people who I've been listening to online on radio have also been turning around and saying that they're having to go get 300 quid out each day, apparently, just to try and until it ties them over, like to pay stuff. And that's quite a scary fact. 300 quid a day, and you can't just have your wage and go out and do it. Apparently this should get fixed by Monday. Fingers crossed it does. That it gets fixed by Monday, and then everyone will be back to normal, and hopefully they work out what the problem was and put safeguards in place to this not happen again. Right, next little topic I'm going to talk about is games. I have been playing a lot of PES, but what I failed to mention in the last video is that I got Mac Pain 3, and I'll say it right here, I'm struggling with it. It's a challenge for me. It's not a game I'm managing to do straight away and just go into it and play and complete. I am actually really struggling with this game. It's taking me a while to play it, and that's why I stopped 4-bit and started playing PES. I'm currently playing PES Manager mode with Tottenham. Good game for FIFA if I'm perfectly honest, but it's there, and I think I started playing it because of I've got bored of FIFA, and it's that time of year where game wise it goes in the sense that it gets a bit quiet, but not there's some big games out, but that's about it. Till later on. Oh, my voice sounds croaky. And the other thing is I have... What's that? Now. Sorry, looking out my window. And the other thing I am going to talk about right now is a little bit main part of it is the new MacBook Pro with the Retina display. I've seen online on the net and stuff like that it's good, but it sounds like it's unfixable. Say iFix, the website. Apparently you can't upgrade like your SSD, you can't upgrade your RAM. Apparently that not having to be able to upgrade a piece of software by like just putting in a new RAM or something like that, it's scary considering you're paying about £2,000 for it. I get that the big part of this laptop is the display, that's what they're going for, but you kicked out the optical drive, so no DVD CD, which some people might love because I don't know many people carry around CDs or just shove it onto the hard drive. But like if you've got a burn stuff for a client or something like that, you're screwed. I see with the optical drive thing, because that's been coming for a while with Apple, because as late most of their software such as Final Cut Pro last year was the first time that you had to physically download it to do it, and the latest software they've got on is Lighten, which everyone downloaded, but if you wanted to make sure you had a copy of it, people made it into a USB flash drive, so that was alright. So there's an option for that, so you have still physically got a copy. But I think it's a bit of a worry in that sense that it's gone into the, like, you have to download it. If something goes wrong with the download, or your internet connection sucks, or something, you have a power cut or something like that, you corrupt the download, so it's a bit worrying that you can't just put a CD in or whatever. So it's a bit worrying in that point, but like I said, £2 is a lot of money for something that apparently can't be fixed. I know a lot of people will just go get Apple Care out and pay so much a month. That's fine and dandy, then you're covered. But for the people who don't decide to do that, I would say it's a bit of a red herring in that sense. There is something I'm going to talk about which isn't on what I wrote up, because I just thought of this. I use Windows 7 on the main PC. Before that I used Windows Vista, oh terrible, and Windows XP. Now Windows 8 is apparently coming out this time, some point this year or next. I personally think Windows 8 is going to suffer. I think it could be worse than Vista. I really do. And the reason why I think it's going to suffer is because it doesn't look nice. They're trying to be Apple, Mac, like OS, the OS thing, simple, clean, and it doesn't look clean. It looks very cluttered. And I think when people come to use the new Windows 8, I haven't downloaded the beta preview because I've seen bits of it online and I hate how it looks. I think it looks crap. I prefer using Windows 7, which I've got now, which probably when Windows 8 does come out, I will probably go buy a full copy of Windows 7 while it's cheap instead of upgrading, because until I see something as an improvement on it, I don't see the point of upgrading it yet. It just doesn't seem pointless. I like Windows 7. I've liked Windows 7 ever since it came out. I kind of wish they went a bit down the way Mac did, instead of making a completely brand new operating system like Windows 8. Improve on the old one. Like OS is pretty much, by the sounds of it, pretty much will be the same as how it is now, Mountain Lion, but with some different features thrown in to help it out. And things like that, it's just little things like that worry you with Windows. They do seem to be trying to catch up to Apple, and I would prefer if Windows just went and was Windows and left it at that, and not tried to be Apple or Linux or whatever. I wish they just tried to be Windows and did something on their terms in that sense. But like I said, I'll have a look at what the reviews are like when Windows 8 comes out. But then more than likely, I will not buy Windows 8 unless something drastically improves that I can use it for. And if that's the case, I will do. If not, I'll stick with Windows 7 and I'll keep sticking with Windows 7 because I like it. I know people have still got Windows XP. I know some who only just upgraded to Windows 7 and they love it a hell of a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on that, see how people take it. But this has been Punk Chef 41, and I'm going to go and process this, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye!